first of all, we're disappointed. We'd love to have continued to play. Normally we talk defense. I thought offensively we were very inefficient. I think Fresno did a really nice job of guarding our personnel and backing off the right guys, guarding the other guys. This game came down to guard play. Their guard play was much more efficient than our guard play. Just do the comparatives, yourself. It seemed like when we lost at home, we weren't as efficient on the perimeter as we needed to be. I can go back to Tulsa, Southern Miss, this particular ball game. We didn't really shoot it for percentage. We didn't defend for percentage, and they were more efficient in terms of not turning it over than we were. Their ability to drive it from the perimeter versus our ability to drive it from the perimeter was very apparent, in addition to our inability to make shots from the perimeter and their ability to make shots from the perimeter. Frustrating. We would have loved to have won and played again, but they were the better team. And, we'll just have to go back and try to improve our product, try to get guys better. We had situations like 7 seconds, side OB, so you got to go try to drive it. In that situation, we settled for 23-footer because, again, can we get it by guys? Can we get it in the lane? It was a problem for us all year long. John Bohannon, I thought, finished and played well. Late to see him go. I thought he matured as a player and also as a person. We'll wish him well. He's the one guy that will depart. We're going to have to probably add another big, would be my guess. Didn't really feel that way a month ago, but may need to. We've tried to shore up our perimeter since December 28th with additions. Obviously, we need to do that as well. But hats off to Fresno. They beat us, whipped us, and we're better than us.
Coach, you guys seem invincible for a while there, when you're going on a winning streak, but what happened towards these last few games here?
Well, I think I just explained it. I did. I think it was our guard play was not very efficient in the Southern Miss game in making shots. Our guard play tonight, look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers. That what we did offensively, what their guards did. Their guards' ability to get to the lane, our inability to get to the lane. Okay, our inability to make perimeter shots and or guard the other team's point guard. All those things were factors. And they were against Tulsa, they were tonight, and they were in the Southern Miss game.
Coach, can you just talk in general about this?
And I think when we looked at it December 28th, we thought that might have been the big issue, because that's kind of where we were, But, hey, look, CJ played phenomenal, and I think the end of the year maybe got a little long for it, maybe 11 minutes, I don't know, couldn't explain it, but we just were not very efficient on the perimeter here down the stretch. Yeah, and that's 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about the season? It hasn't been the easiest with up and downs, but at the end of the day, you still won 23 games and competed for a conference title.
Well, we did, and I just got greedy like the whole town of El Paso and wanted more. Wanted an NCAA tournament bid. You look at what we did tonight, probably wouldn't have deserved it. Okay, probably the better team got there. But proud that our guys didn't fold it in December. I thought we had some guys get better. I thought we had a couple guys that maybe didn't finish it as strong as they would have liked or we would have liked for them to finish. Matt Wilm played the entire year with a torn labrum as one of our 8 scholarship players. He will have surgery here very quickly, here in the next week or so. It's a 5-month recovery, which is going to take him out of the weight room, which he desperately needs. But we hope that he'll be an improved player, and we hope the rest of them will come back improved next year. We've got Washington State rolling in here next year, Arizona rolling in here. We're at Colorado State. We're in a big tournament out in Anaheim. We'll continue to try to build our schedule. We'll have younger guards next year, and we'll have some older players that'll be returning. A lot of older guys that should be ready to go try to compete for an NCAA berth. Couldn't speak to the league right now. There's a lot of teams, a lot of change there, but good group of kids. We didn't play very well tonight offensively. in any area. And again, I go back to our guard play, it was really not efficient tonight in any way.
Coach, how important is it for the rest of the conference to schedule up just kind of how you're doing to make it respectable so a team like Southern Miss with 25 wins doesn't get snubbed? Like
They have 25 or 26? 27 wins and didn't get in. Louisiana Tech had how many?
26.
26 and didn't get in. I don't know, couldn't tell you. You know, there are a lot of teams that have different needs in our league. There's some teams that have needs to go play guarantee games, you know, to sustain their budgets. So I can't speak to everybody. I know we've got our own issues that we need to try to address, try to work on, try to get better. Our crowds were phenomenal all year long. They should be encouraged that we have the majority of these guys back next year. There were no additions coming, and hope to improve again. Bottom line is you've got to try to win your conference tournament, to have a bid. But everybody has their own issues, and they're separate issues in this league, yeah. So I can't speak to what their needs are, yeah.
Tim, Coach used to say, if you have trouble rebounding, go get your rebounder. It was pretty obvious what you needed toward the end of the year. Talk about how you're addressing that court for next year.
Well, we signed a young man, Omega Harris, from Oklahoma, lost in the state finals the other night, and I don't know if he's going to be player of the year in the league, in the state. If not, he'll be number 2, but we think he's a very fine player. We've signed another guard from Lafayette, Louisiana, that again lost in the state finals, won the state a year ago, was player of the year in the state as a junior, and we think that he'll help us in the backcourt. Signed another young man out of Taft High School, Chris Sandifer, who's a wing player, can shoot it, a great athlete, had 51 in a game this year, but a talent. We have added a couple of, one's a kind of a power wing commitment, and another guy who is a point guard commitment that I can't speak about because they haven't signed, but they both have won at a high level, which I like. So we may have addressed a lot of our needs there. We may take another guard, though. We may take another guard, and we'll talk about what our needs are as a staff. We'll have exit meetings with our players, here in about 3 days. Talk to them after this thing's passed. And our hopes would be that John Bohannon would become a graduate of the university and would try to make something of himself outside of basketball. And we'll try to stay on top of our guys this offseason in all areas, personal improvement, academics, and then we're going to continue to recruit as a staff.
How would you like people to remember this team?
Well, a team that was really a great road team, and a team that gave some people a lot of hope when it didn't appear that we had hope, back in December. Hope's a great thing, and people have to have something to look forward to, and I think they've given us a lot to look forward to as a program in terms of next year because of the number of returners. I think that they responded to our fan base. I think our fan base was phenomenal. I think it was a fun year from that standpoint, and I think it can be also looked back at what could have been. What could have been, what was here, what was signed, what left, and the fact that we had 23 wins, that maybe it was pointed absolutely in the right direction, and that what could have been didn't happen, and we're going to continue to work to make those things happen in the future. All right? Thank you. Okay.